Hi friends, it's Tracy from the Financial Freedom Diary, and we're back to do my paid debt with me. I know I had to hold this one off for a while, but I needed to let my payment from the 18th process, and I didn't want to interrupt it because today we're going to be paying off one of my loans. Yay! One more down, y'all. Whew. If you're new to my channel, I originally had 20 student loans, and so being able to pay off this one, it's going to be super, super nice. I think it'll leave me with 12 or 11. 12 or 11. Yeah, I don't remember. That's sad. That's sad. So many of them I don't even remember. 11 more. Yeah. Yay. I'll be down to 11. And so I'm also going to pay on student loan J5. So like, comment, and subscribe. I always forget to do this piece, you guys. It's like I have a one-track mind. I always tell people I'm like a horse with blinders on. I only see one thing. I can't really do all the things. I think I need to have like a little script somewhere hanging, and so I can just read it and it remind me to do things, because I don't do that. But anywho, let me stop rambling. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope you all are taking care of yourselves, staying safe, self-quarantining, keeping that social distance, and looking out for the elderly and kids, the babies, and also, like taking care of yourself, especially if you're someone like me who has breathing issues naturally. We're born with asthma. This is especially dangerous, so please heed all the warnings. But let's get started with this. I have a couple alerts, and so I will come in at the very end to read what this is and what's going on with this COVID. I'm not sure if that's going to do anything to my channel, but see what this message is about and what they're saying in here, because I did make my last payment, and you guys know that my payments are automatic. And so this 3/15/34 did come out on the 18th, and so on the 19th I was able to see that it posted. And so I wanted to see, like, okay, did they take the interest out? When is that going to be effective? Stuff like that. I'm not so shallow that I don't understand that an interest only relief is not relief to people who are not working and they're not getting paid while they're off from work. So we do need a viable solution for those people. So I just want to make sure that everybody understands I'm not that shallow. I do understand that there are people who need true relief, and I'm just to the point right now when it comes to politicians and it comes to the government. I'd rather see something than nothing. A lot of times all I see is a whole lot of arguing, and they don't accomplish anything, but they tell you about the fight. I don't care about the fight. Do something, compromise. Y'all accomplish something. So here's my payment from March 18th, and you'll see it did include interest. Out of that $315, $271.25 went to interest. So wasn't effective on March 18th, at least for me. I don't know if this applies to somebody who is experiencing a hardship right now. But let me go over here, and I'm under my payments and billing, and I don't want to make a one-time payment, but I do need to get to that payment and billing screen because I'm trying to get a loan paid off. And so here it is, request loan payoff amount. Sometimes when you do the one-time payment, it doesn't give you the true balance, especially if they hold your debt payment over a series of days. They're still charging you interest. And so you can have paid it, but it's not actually done. You want to request a loan payoff amount. And so let me stop yapping. And I am looking for the one that's $900, which is here. And let me set this up for today. Still waiting on my utility bill, you guys, to get the final numbers for that. And so the payoff amount is going to be $906.14. So I'm just going to write that down on my little post-it here. I know I'm the post-it queen. because the balance is 906.14 and the payoff amount is 906.46. So that's like 32 cents in interest. Just want to throw that out there. Now I'm going to pay this off. The next screen, at the very bottom of it, it has my bank information. So I am going to switch you guys to the last screen when I'm done. Okay, so yay, that one is done. And if you guys are wondering why you don't really see a lot of like excitement on my face, I feel more relief than excitement. I'm excited to do the budget and to be able to plot it out on paper, but when it comes down to actually paying it, I feel more relief than anything, because I'm just so happy to be able to take care of it right now and to be able to do this, because for a long time this was a very big stressor in my life, was having all this debt over my head and then still not knowing how big it was. It was bigger than what I even thought it was, because I just remember the numbers from when I graduated. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at my budget, and I had budgeted $930 for that loan. It turned out to be $906.46. So I have $23.54 left over in my budget. I'm going to add the $23.54 to $632.85, and that's for my paycheck number 2 video. And so the number that I'm going to apply to Fed Loan J5 is $656.39. So I'm going to write that in my budget. I know you guys see that I don't do budget actual variance and stuff on my planners. And because I just write the numbers on there, I never really fill that stuff out. So that's why I don't do it. It's not that I think anything's wrong with it. I just don't do it. And since I know I'm not going to do it, I've tried it before, I should do the things that are going to work for me. So let me stop bumping my gums and let me go to make one-time payment here. And here you see I have 2 buttons. One that says pay all loans. I don't want to do that. I want to target specific loans. And let's see what I got going on here. I'm looking for loan number 5 because Fed Loan uses numbers, but before they came up with this system, I had gave it a letter, and so that's where the letter J comes from. And so $656.39. I am going to put this payment in for Saturday. When I put 2 payments on top of each other on the same day, it always gives me a warning. So I just schedule them one day apart. They're going to come out of my bank at the same time. They're going to hit it the same day, both payments will. So I am going to go to the second screen here. And now I'm going to process this payment. Okay, so now that one is applied to J5, and I'm super excited that it's done. And that's one more that's gone, and now I'm down to 11 loans. Lord have mercy. You know, like if I could talk to my younger self, it would be, girl, you need to go work for a company that offers tuition reimbursement so you don't do this, and you need to work more. You need to do something. You need to do something other than what you're about to do. Because, yeah. And so I am going to transition from this screen to the screen where I got up the notice about the interest. Here is the information about COV-19 relief for student loan borrowers. I will make sure I have the link in the description box below. And guys are going to hear me stumble around the word borrowers, because that is difficult for me to say. I don't even know why. But yes, I will include the link below, and I'll give y'all my thoughts about this, because I know I probably appear to be a skeptic. And I know we're supposed to keep our hands on our face. That's one of the things I cannot do. But I'm a skeptic because I don't want it to be a discussion between politicians. There are times to be debating, and there's a time for action. And I'm tired of the debates from both sides of the aisle. I want to know, what kind of relief are they providing to those people who are experiencing real hardships? What are you doing? Actual facts. Is it going to pass? Is it realistic? How is it going to be paid for? All those things. That's what I'm after. So I don't like to hear that, oh, I fought the good fight. I know I'm older and I've heard this before, so that's probably made me more jaded, but I've heard it all before and I've seen absolutely nothing. And so no matter which one gets in office, it's all the same thing. It's like, cut out all the chit chat. But in that vein, let me hop on to here. So here we go. As we navigate the challenges posed by the spread of COVID-19, we remain committed to supporting our borrowers. If you're directly or indirectly affected, we have options to help. In response to the coronavirus national pandemic, the Department of Education has put relief efforts in place to help their student loan borrowers. Note, Fed Loan Servicing is aggressively working to enact the following changes within our systems, and it may take several days for these benefits to be reflected within your account. This page will be periodically updated with information on our progress in this effort. So, whatever was supposed to have happened, my account may not have reflected that. So there's something they're trying to fix right now. So that's what I got. So here we go. First, what I want to know, and probably people like me, 0% interest for student loans. Effective March 13, 2020, the interest rate on all federally held student loans serviced by Fed Loan Servicing will temporarily be reduced to 0% for at least 60 days. This 0% interest rate will remain in effect until the Department of Education issues an end date. This 0% interest rate change will be applied to all federal loans in any status, in school, in grace, in repayment, in deferment / forbearance, etc. Okay, so that means it starts March 13th, and that's the beginning date. It's the way I'm reading it. That's the beginning date of the 0%. And so I am responsible for any interest incurred from my last payment until March 13th. That's the way I'm reading that. So y'all correct me. Note, monthly payment amounts will not decrease because of the zero interest rate. Any payment made during this time will first satisfy any pre-existing unpaid interest, and then the remaining amount will be applied to principal. Okay, that makes sense. So the interest I had occurred up until March 13th, the payment that I posted will be applied to that interest first, which is how student loan repayment works. That's why I said with the federal student loans, you can't just say principal only. I heard Dave Ramsey say that. I think he needs to qualify what he's saying because it's different for federal student loans. Okay, so I'm understanding, I'm flowing. And for me, for people like me, we are able to work from home. We're still able to earn our incomes. My payment stays the same. I'm okay with that. Now, for people who cannot work because they have more service-based jobs, meaning face-to-face, more close contact. I'm not around people all the time, but other people are. How does that affect them? And they're not able to work and they're not getting any income, or they're getting a reduced income. What is the help for them? And I think this next section is going to take care of that. Emergency forbearance. All borrowers will have the ability to request this emergency administrative forbearance by contacting our office, which is Fed Loan Servicing, which will allow them to postpone payments for at least 60 days. So cool, that's the minimum. Any borrower who is currently or becomes more than 31 days delinquent will automatically have this emergency administrative forbearance applied to their account within 14 days. I think that's good. And the reason why is because some people are terrified to call debt collectors. I know I'm afraid to do it, but especially when you have to ask for things, it can be intimidating. And for some, more so than it is for even me. So my anxiety may be here, theirs is there. But let me stop chit chatting. This forbearance will postpone any required payments and will bring the account to a current status. That's good because you don't want them reporting to credit bureaus that you're behind. Any remaining unpaid interest, should it exist, will not be capitalized, added to your principal balance at the expiration of this forbearance period. This, you guys, is epic for me because typically when you go on a forbearance and a deferment, especially on unsubsidized loans, that interest just still stacks up. So you remember borrowing one thing, and then at the end of that period, all of the interest gets added to your principal. And so they're not charging you interest at that point on the original borrowed amount. They're now charging you interest on the original borrowed amount plus the outstanding interest. Okay, so relax. A borrower can request this emergency forbearance be removed or shortened at any time. Okay, this emergency administrative forbearance will remain in effect until the Department of Education issues further guidance. Okay, note, use of this forbearance time will not impact any existing forbearance time remaining on the account. Example, this will not impact any general hardship forbearance time available. That's good because I think there's a fixed amount of time that you can take, and you'll want to go to studentaid.gov if you have specific questions and to see what the traditional rules are, how you can navigate within that. So this is good. This is something which is better than nothing, because that was my thing is, are they just going to be talking? And Rebecca did share with me an article, and it was on MSNBC or CNBC. I always forget what the letters are, but it was the Democrats' plan for student loan relief and stuff like that. And theirs included a $10,000 forgiveness across the board. And I think it was the borrower didn't have to pay the payment, but I think the government was going to pay the payment. And the only question I have is, where's that money coming from? The government makes money by taxing the citizens. So does that get added to the deficit, the debt for the country? Like, where does all that go with all of the student loans that's out there? You know, I don't know how big that number is. I think it's in the trillions. So that's my question, is how? Not saying that, because they're not equal. The two plans are not equal. With the interest, they're just not charging you one thing. So, but the government still gets its money back from the loans that they put out. They're just not earning any money on what they loaned out. The other one, that's my question, is where does that money come from? Does it get added to the deficit, or does it get added to the debt, the deficit, the debt? Is that the same thing? I need to go and look all this stuff up, but that's my question with all that. So thank you guys for watching, and you have a super fantastic morning, afternoon, and evening. I know this will be Sunday when I put this up, but it's actually Friday. And I wish you all the best. Praying for everybody. Love you guys. Take care of yourself, your families, the elderly. Look out for those family members that can't get to what they need. If you can help them, please. And I am very grateful that I'm seeing stores having special shopping hours for seniors because it's needed. When it comes to competing to get stuff, they're at a disadvantage against somebody who's younger. I will make sure I leave a link to my fedloan.org/borrowers/COVID, and you guys share that link with somebody who may have a loan with them and they're freaking out because they may be out of work and they don't know what to do. There are options out there, and have them go ahead and contact them and get their stuff in. So this is at least is one thing that they don't have to worry about. And you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.